Grandkids swim in here?
Yeah, every Wednesday they come together. All the kids come home, and the grandkids, and they swim in here for hours.
This is what Amish kids do when they don't have iPads. Wow, this is as big of a man cave as I've ever seen. You got your grain silos, a giant pole barn with a cool Wrangler, and then an Aquascape rec pond out in the middle of cornfields. This is cool. So what's the story of this project, boys?
So they had an existing koi pond in this area.
Because they had a water feature before.
They did have a water feature. It leaked. They were adding, 10 inches, 12 inches a day to their existing pond. It was kind of poorly done. And so, they said they wanted a bigger pond. And so we started talking, and we kind of went from just a bigger pond to, hey, would you want to swim in it? And they have grandkids. They have the toys, swing set here and stuff.
Yeah, everything. You gonna go down the swing set?
Me?
Down the slide?
Not too bad.
We initially had planned to have the swim area over on the waterfalls over here facing the driveway, and then the main pond over there. And then literally, I think it was the day before we started on the project, I happened to be thinking of this lying in bed that night, and I was like, you know what, this is dumb. Let's completely flip this design aspect of around. Let's go with a little beach entry, have the little negative edge basin coming in this way, and then we'll build up that side to block off the highway. And then that way, and they can.
And so you came back and you told the customers this, and they
were like, you know what, we're just gonna let you do you. We trust you.
We love that.
Do what you do. So it also gives them a great, like if we come up here.
Yeah, obviously they're gardeners, I can see. Outdoor kitchen, got a green egg. Wow, I mean, look at all of the potted plants. And like you said, we are in the middle of Indiana Corn Belt area, and yet who would have something like this with koi swimming with it? Not too many people, but it's fantastic. It is a terrific pond. And then every angle that you take, you get another view of something cooler. Look at that.
You can jump right from this wall and dive right down into the pond. If
you really could, yes.
Oh yeah, their kids do that.
Oh my goodness.
And then you got the steps going down into the
so
pond.
Nice big fish.
Yeah, jump on these little floating boulders.
Beautiful.
Get over here to the pond side patio. You've got your wetland filter up there with the urns in it for some added height.
Well, like you said, you wanted to block off the road.
Yes, and so as those plants and stuff continue to grow, it'll really kind of screen that area.
So this is what, season 3 for this?
This is season 3 for this, correct. So
very cool.
The fish grew approximately a foot
in
that time span.
Wow, look at this yard. What's that now?
The fake boulder I made over there.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was an artificial rock.
Yeah, I handcrafted that thing. So that's to house our external pumps.
Wait, you made that boulder?
I made that boulder, yeah.
Really?
So we did that because we didn't want to do like a structure. We wanted something that kind of blends in with the actual.
What did you make that out of?
Our concrete, like our Cliff Rock concrete product.
Wow, that's impressive. Wow.
You want me to stand on it? I'll show you how strong it is.
Well, yeah, you're not a little guy. This is impressive. Was this the first time you made a fake rock?
No.
Okay.
So we had to cut. We cut some access ports into it, so you can literally just
yes, you get that.
Hide all the everything, the ion gems and
Wow. So this is like fiberglass glass reinforced concrete, huh? Wow.
Get a big 260-pound guy on here.
Yeah.
We had to cut this in so it allows.
Dude, this looks fantastic though. That's a realistic rock. Then you can get in there and get the pumps.
Yeah.
If you want to service them.
Yep.
Oh, it looks perfect. It blends in. I didn't even know it was artificial. So is this what you do in your spare time, Larry?
Yeah. No, Patricia does.
So this is your little business, huh? What are these?
They're magnetic toys.
So we take the animals and we glue magnets on them. And then we have farm sets and cats and dogs and safari and you name it. Small sets and big sets.
Okay.
And then people buy them, take them along to church, in a restaurant.
Sure.
Plane rides.
Yes. This is what Amish kids do when they don't have iPads.
Exactly.
Amen.
Came up with the idea. You know those little turkey dogs? You put one on top, you can put one on the bottom. And
yes.
We came up with the idea.
So speaking of ideas, who had the idea for this whole thing?
Okay, so when we built the house, we wanted a little waterfall. We had a gazebo out there, about where that slad's sitting.
How long ago was that? I mean,
In 96.
okay, a long time ago.
96 we built our house here. So we had a little pond here, water ran underneath the bridge, and then a little pond over here.
Yes.
And plants get bigger, and it came together. And so we had a nursery guy come out and said, we want something big. Well, he messed around and did some things and made the one site a little bit bigger, and we still weren't happy. We used that for a couple years. And then Wayne, I think you rented some equipment from us. Got your name.
Because you have an equipment rental business.
Yes.
Besides making this, you rent equipment.
Exactly. And so we said, Wayne, this is what we'd like to have. And Wayne said, I know exactly what you want. And we got exactly what we want.
Amen. So this is year 3 for this?
Yes.
Third season. So grandkids swim in here?
Yeah, every Wednesday they come together. All the kids come home.
Nice.
For the day. The ladies do. And the grandkids, they swim in here for hours and hours.
And it's natural. It's not chlorinated or chemical. It's organic. Exactly. It's the way we grew up going and doing things.
There's a sand area. They play in the sand. They make tunnels.
How many kids and grandkids?
We have 5 kids and 10 grandkids.
Wow, so this gets a lot of use.
Oh, yes.
And it's a great bonus to come to Grandma and Grandpa's house because they get to play in a recreation pond.
That's right.
And so I asked my oldest grandson, they were here Thursday night. I said, his other grandpa has a pool. I said, which would you rather have, a pool or rocks like this? Oh, I want this. I want to be able to jump off anywhere I want to. Off the rocks. He said, I want this.
That's awesome. Any kid worth his salt. That's great. That's great to hear. So this started off and it's kind of evolved.
As far as the design?
Yeah.
So, well, initially we started talking about the rec pond. That was kind of from the start. And then we had originally planned to have like the swim area be over off of this area right here. And then the waterfalls being kind of along the driveway. And then we wanted to have like just, like a little patio and a beach over on that area. That was basically what I had presented initially. And everybody thought, yeah, let's do that. I think it was the night before we started. I was in bed and I was like thinking this through. Unfortunately, the last thing I think of before I go to sleep is water features often. But anyway, and so as I was thinking this, I was like, I really like the idea of flip-flopping this whole design and creating the berm over on the highway side and creating the more flat area closer to the swing set and the shallow entry and all that. And so I brought that to Larry and Lucretia's attention the next morning, and they were like, we love it, let's do it.
Yeah, that's unusual because people get usually married into a design. They're not, but you were open.
Yes, because we knew Wayne was a professional at it, and his ideas, it all made sense.
Good. So living the aquascape lifestyle has been a good investment for your multi-generational family.
Yes.
Outstanding.
You look here, this is where our big fake rock boulder, where all the pump housing, the external pumps and everything are in. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the feature here is the negative edge basin where all the water flows in. So this was kind of a challenging build for us here. I mean, we had great access. As you can see, the driveway comes in, right beside the pond, which was real nice. We had a really big staging area out there on the driveway where you can put all the boulders and everything. But yeah, no, designing a intake bay / negative edge system like this is always a lot of fun. I get to just put a whole lot of rocks together to create a lot of nice white water and beautiful waterfalls coming down in here. One of my personal favorite things about this thing is all the action that's going on with 2 bubbling boulders we have on the edges of the pond, and then we got the big urns on the wetland. Oh, and then this part right here, these steps coming up out of the pond. So it was a little bit tough, because we wanted to match them up exactly to the patio. I just remember that top step we had to cut out. We had a pretty challenging time doing that, which is normal. So one challenging thing we had on the wetland as well was a lot of fun building it, but we did have, when we built this whole thing, we had a leak issue up top here, and we had to come in and remove the entire wetland, the top 2 feet, find the pinhole. But that's just all the challenges that we get into. See the nice beach entry here, and then I want to show you the negative edge waterfalls going down to the basin. I think this is 48 large aqua blocks, so it's a relatively big basin where the pumps are drawing water out of to recirculate this whole thing.
So maybe your second house, instead of having a swimming pool, you might have a pond.
I think, yeah.
We're highly considering that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that we call them is they're called recreation ponds because even now we're not swimming, but we're listening to the sound of a waterfall.
Yes.
And you can feed the fish. It's not, a swimming pool is one-dimensional.
Yeah.
A recreation pond is multi-dimensional.
Right.
What do people say that come to your house for the first time that haven't seen this before?
The kids love to throw in stones and stuff.
Yep, yep.
Oh, they could stand there all day.
That's what kids do, yeah.
Right, but yeah, they're just.
Well, and we'll have people come that aren't really our guests, and they'll say, "Can we go over there and look?"
It's definitely a conversation starter.
Like a FedEx driver, he was like, "Can I go look?"
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is cool. All right, when you're in the rental equipment business, you can have your own lift to go up and play in. I'm going to get an aerial view of this beautiful property. Look at this. Just look at this property. You got hundreds of acres, huh?
Yep, couple hundred acres.
Nice. They said that's going to be converted into a man shed. Not a bad man shed. Oh, look at this view from up here. Wow. All right, so would you have some fear of heights, guys? I'm probably 30 feet above right now, but you can really get a good perspective of the entire property from up here. This is great. Look at that. Look at how clear that water is. Love the whole layout. Look at that. That is great. Okay, when somebody has this big of a pull car garage for toys, I have to come check it out. Wow. So these are Indians, huh?
So these are my 3 boys.
Fun.
And I had a Vulcan, which was about this size. My wife on it came up, wanted to turn, and I slowed down too much, and the thing, I laid it over. I said, I'm done.
So now you got a 3-wheeler. You know what? Hey, you know when we get to our age, no shame in that. It's a sweet ride.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Okay, so you got some RVs in here from the family business, which is RVs, right? Wow, this is as big of a man cave as I've ever seen. This is fantastic. John Madden, eat your heart out. This is huge.
So it has 3 slides.
3 slides.
This whole slide is from there all the way back to here.
I didn't even know there was such thing as 3 slides.
And then this section slides out.
Yes.
And then back here in the bedroom, it slides out.
So where's the farthest you've taken this?
We were up in Alaska.
Oh, well, that would be pretty far. If you're going to go to Alaska, this is the way to go.
Yep.
Not bad. So this is your little workshop to get away from Larry, huh? What are you making?
Apple butter.
Oh my gosh, that smells fantastic. You guys are too cool. This is neat. Look at this, everything canned. And you got some apples.
Yep.
I love the fact that they say, guys come here like the FedEx guy delivers and say, can I check it out? That's how I actually started this business. Back in 1990, the UPS guy delivered a package to my front door. I heard the doorbell ring. I said, come around back. Of course, I was putzing around with my waterfalls. He turned the corner, thought that I had a natural spring on my house. I said, nah, buddy, I built it. And he said, can you build me one? I said, yes, I could. And I started building ponds that next summer as a summertime job. And Aquascape was born in 1991. 32 years later, I'm still loving visiting how people are living the aquascape lifestyle all over the world, including out here in Indiana. You would never expect to see something like this in this property, and yet I think it's the exact perfect thing for this property. If you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle, I'm going to put a link below to find certified aquascape contractors by you. I love my job.